Well, guys, you will never guess what happened yesterday. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but EA made a mistake, and a David Beckham Future Stars Icon SBC came out, and it was tradable. Whoops. We're gonna talk about that in like just 1 second. We've got Golazo Team 2, almost a full team leaked right now, so we'll go and look at that and other bits of info to discuss as well, because of course, and Prem Player of the Month I think is gonna be announced too. But anyway, well, let's get it. Let's start with David Beckham SBC. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Look at the market here and you're like, wow, it's actually a lot of David Beckhams. What a random card to be uplisted so often. This was like earlier today. People were starting to notice this, that right when David Beckham came out, there was a shit ton of tradable David Beckhams hitting the market. And if you looked on the game, it actually said Future Stars Icon Beckham here, and it did not say untradeable underneath it. And it almost always says untradeable underneath like the name. So people then connected the dots and said, okay, I think tradable Beckham is in this SBC. And it turns out they were exactly right. Now also, people were like, how do you even search up David Beckham on the market? Because if you go to David Beckham here and you go to quality, that's a Future Stars icon, right? You actually can't search this card on the market. If you want to know how to search this card in the first place, you actually have to do something that you probably didn't even know you could do. And that is David Beckham. You have to type in the full name here, right? And then actually, the 3 versions of David Beckham are still technically searchable. Why this is the case, don't fucking ask me. They're both 65 overall because this game is obviously really well made. And the baby version of David Beckham is the one that's actually the Future Stars icon David Beckham. Nothing makes sense because we know who made this game. And then the EA tweet hit about an hour after content. The Future Stars Beckham SBC has been temporarily removed. Players who partially completed the SBC group will get their player items back in the coming days, and their SBC group progress will be saved when the SBC group returns. And in the top reply here is, ever thought about having someone on quality control who tests all content posted prior to release? Would save a lot of these problems. I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not. I'm assuming he is. Yeah, either there is no quality control, or I don't want to call for people's heads, but maybe, I don't know, move the guy who is quality control to a different role somewhere, or just can his ass, because I don't know what the hell he does. Because the mistakes just, I mean, they happen so often that it is shocking. I mean, you guys know this by now, but when you just think about everything in this game, like even that David Beckham search thing there, where why, like, he's 65 rated in the database, and the only way to search that card is by going and typing in David Beckham and then going to the bottom version of him at 65 overall. Like, is it that big of a deal at the end of the day? No. But when you just notice all these things, it's like, they really don't know what's going on in their game. They really have either no idea, or just they're extremely understaffed maybe, and they just can't fix all these bugs, or they don't give a shit, which that's also a very likely outcome as well. And the SBC is just not even back yet, right? So you can't complete David Beckham right now. The SBC, or sorry, the tradable version basically crashed today. It did bounce back a bit, but it's still down from where it was, obviously, because I mean, there were 1,000 David Beckhams hitting the game tradable, so obviously he's gonna go down in price. So if you had him, sorry. And also we got the 88 plus encore icon pick that returned. I will not be opening that today, and I'm probably only gonna be opening maybe 1 or 2 gamble picks a week now, because I am saving packs. If you missed yesterday's video, for Prem Team of the Season, we're starting that pack save right now, opening live on YouTube and Twitch. For the Prem Tots, we've only got 11 packs, but they're huge packs saved up right now, and obviously we're gonna have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds for the pack save. All right, let's begin with our Golazo leaks, and the first one is a little odd, I must say. The first one, we know we're getting 3 Brazilian icons. We saw that yesterday. It's Roberto Carlos is leaked, who has 2 special icons, I think, right? And one's an SBC. We got another one. I mean, okay. I'm assuming there's probably a lot of icons out there that have not gotten the Roberto Carlos treatment, and there's probably icons who haven't gotten the special card, right? I mean, what are the ones I'm thinking of? I mean, I think Eto's not gotten one, right? Who else hasn't gotten one? I can't think of anybody else off my head, but yeah, Carlos is coming. Okay, it's gonna be a good card, but I guess him of all players, I'm not really sure, but Nemanja Vidic as well coming. He's gonna have 2 versions, it looks like. Vidic with a great card is actually very good in FIFA. If you guys haven't really used like a really cracked out Vidic, the team of the year, I think it was last year, was one of the best in the game for like a month or 2. And the other Brazilian is going to be Jairzinho. So yeah, I mean, gonna be very expensive, obviously. Just got an SBC not too long ago, actually. Eric Cantona as well as leaked. It says 1 of 2 here. I think that just means 1 of 2 French icons, not like Cantona is getting 2 versions. I think Cantona is just gonna get 1 version. Cantona also very good in this game. And the other French icon is going to be Marcel Desailly. And I actually thought Desailly was a little disappointing when I used him. I think it was a long time ago though. And I didn't use him for very long, so it wasn't a very good sample size. But Desailly as well will be coming into the promo. If you guys liked Desailly, let me know. And then you guys know I love this card. Ferenc Puskás is going to be in the team, and I am begging for a 5-star week for Puskás. I know I won't be able to afford him, but Puskás this year is so good. If you have not gotten to try him, please try him out. This Thunderstruck Puskás is so ridiculous for like only having 3-star weak foot and 4-star skills. And this one, if it has 5-star skills or if it has a 5-star weak foot, it's going to be insane. We have Frank Lampard as well. He might seem like a card that's going to get 2 of them if I had to guess there. Next, we've got Gary Lineker. All right, I actually heard some good things about his winter wildcard icon, so if you use Lineker as well, let me know in the comments. And then we only have 1 hero leaked, and apparently there's going to be like 4 more heroes leaked tomorrow, I think AC said, but Rositzky is the first hero leaked, and he will have 2 versions as well. So the heroes have been pretty good in this promo, and I always like seeing cards who I usually use get good promo cards. Hopefully Rositzky is actually pretty good in game. And the last Brazilian icon, it is Kaká. So that is very nice because, you know, we saw Roberto Carlos and Jairzinho, and we were kind of like, that's not, it's seemingly the most original, and people really want a Kaká, and he is coming. So that is very nice to see, and I've not used him at all this year. I have no idea how good he is. If you guys have, let me know. That seems to be it for the Golazo leaks right now. I think I'm gonna drop the team of the season prep kind of video over the weekend, maybe really early next week. I think that depends on what news we get and stuff like that, but yeah, I think that we'll do a deep dive onto like what the market looked like last year during team of the season, and when do we buy team of the season cards, when do you sell other cards before team of the season, you know, that kind of thing. And just to kind of preface that into the next part of the video, we hopefully you've been sold cards, and we talked about that over the last week or so. The market continues to keep dropping, and I don't think there's really an end in sight until that like team of the season almost hits, because there'll be so much panic beforehand. But fodder stuff I want to talk about, because this is going to be a good day for it, I think, to buy some. Rivals Rewards Day seems to be an insane day for fodder buying, and it just kind of goes up almost no matter what over the weekend. So I think worst case scenario, you like make your money back, and best case scenario, you make like 3,000 on each card. So I'm fine buying almost any rating you want to. I think 84s obviously are like pretty low margin of profit, but then you get like 86s, 86 pluses will have the higher margin. But yeah, it's kind of what I gotta say about that at the moment. Let's read your comments now. Bree Soccer Cards says, well, people have a card with a certain item, they can't just change it, it's not what you paid for. And that's right. This is kind of a response to people saying, why don't they just change the league back? It's not like anyone really noticed anything or anything like that, or people were really that upset about it. And it's not really what, if people were that upset about it or not, it's not really about that. They're just trying to save their ass. They will not give people coins if they didn't have to. I think that we can all kind of agree on. They started making so many mistakes that compensation didn't used to exist. It's only existed for the last, I think, like 3 years now. I think definitely it's been 3 years since the start of that. Might even be 4 years. I want to say maybe it was 2020 where that started, but they used to not give out anything for any of their mistakes. At S.A. Mbappe says, I'm so glad the red picks are back. Personally, I really dislike the red evolution. I always panic when I come against a pro red as well. Even when I have one myself, red picks being back is great. And I really liked the red evolution for the first couple times they did it, but why not do it with different types of card? I don't get why we've gotten like 10 different choices for red player picks, and they just had any other card design, like they just didn't give us any. Why not let us do other random designs? I mean, that would help a ton with original teams, it feels like. Even though you could have the same player, even a different color of the card still changes the people's perceptions of things. Like, I don't get why. I think, and I'm sure we'll see it next year, but why didn't they do that this year? Give us all different types of card designs in the Evos to help us change our cards into. I don't get why they made 10 red ones and nothing else. At Z Blade Blade says, I think playstyle pluses are slightly overrated. People are going crazy for having a second or third playstyle plus, even though if it's a useless one like slide tackle plus or chip shot plus. Basically, I'm saying Joao Felix, for example, I'm saying Joao Felix, for example, has one playstyle plus because chip shot plus is incredibly useless. I think having multiple base playstyles is way better than having one big useless one. And I think, yeah, it's all situational. Like if a card comes out like that Joao Felix with chip shot plus, he basically has one. But you know there are cards with two playstyle pluses that are things like incisive pass and long ball pass plus, right? Technical and finesse, or power shot and rapid, right? There's a lot of cards out there with two of them that are very good, and that'll be the case with three as well. I mean, you'll see some three playstyle plus cards with acrobat and slide tackle and all this random shit that it might as well be two playstyle pluses, but then there will be some that come out with finesse, technical, and rapid, or something like that, right? Where all three are very, very good. Those are the cards that are going to be ridiculous. And I think people do sleep on base playstyles though a lot. I think that if base playstyles such as aerial, right, that help randomly win things, base technical really, really helps. Base first touch is actually huge as well. Don't sleep on a card's base playstyles. I know people kind of just look at the playstyle pluses and they're very, very good. Don't get me wrong, but base playstyles are very important. I actually really agree with that. Hey, thanks for being here. Subscribe if you're new. We upload daily. If you want to see more of my big head, I love you all. I'll see you next video soon. Peace.